I have now built 2 separate builds in The Sims 4 for Pixie Hollow fairies. And if you haven't heard of Pixie Hollow, it's basically Tinkerbell and her friends, and they all have unique nature-based abilities that revolve mostly around the seasons and weather. Recently, I built this tiny village in a tree in Everdew for Silvermist, Periwinkle, and Vidia, and a while ago I built a different treehouse village for Tinkerbell, Rosetta, Iridessa, and Fawn. But I still haven't made them in Create a Sim yet, and now that we have Enchanted by Nature, I'm excited because we can make them into proper occult fairies. Okay, so coming into Create a Sim, I feel like we should start with one of the ones that I did recently. So let's start off with Silvermist. Silvermist is a water fairy and she has a really cool go with the flow personality. She has water abilities, and one of my favorite things about her is she loves adding dewdrops to spider webs. Okay, so let's start off with this random sim here. I like to take everything off of the head first, so hair, everything. We start with a bald sim. I don't know why I do this, by the way. I feel like someone that I used to watch back in the day, like another creator used to do this, and now I always start with a bald sim. I genuinely have no idea why, but we are gonna start off with the eyebrows. A lot of these Pixie Hollow fairies have very, very thin eyebrows, and actually there are a lot of characteristics that they all share. For example, they all have these really big cartoonish eyes. It's very similar to the Disney princess look, like they have really tiny noses, probably little tiny lips, but there are subtle differences here and there, and that's what I'm going to try and find on these fairies. I'm going to shrink the nose. I feel like the eyes are maybe a little further apart, and Silvermist has this really pretty tilt to her eyes. For the lip shape, she doesn't have too much of a cupid's bow, so I might start with one of the presets that don't really have that, and then we can go in and adjust from there. I'm gonna bring in the lip shape a little bit. We're gonna thin out the lips. In typical Disney fashion, they all have these like heart-shaped faces, and I think I might bring the brows up a little bit. And then for the skin details, I'll start with this one from Brighton, but I do like to layer on top of this one sometimes. Like, I think sometimes the Symbiance ones can look really good on top. Twisted Cat also has a really good skin, and they also have eye shape like shaders, so you can put them on and they change up the shading around the eye, and it really does make a difference in the shape. I'm gonna play around with these as well. Of course, we're gonna need our lashes, and it looks like actually I can't combine any more skin details, but Twisted Cat also put this one under glasses, so that's how we can kind of layer them more. The shading on her lips for the skin detail kind of like plumped them up a little bit, so I'm gonna make them even thinner. Her eyes are a slightly warmer brown color, so I'm gonna use these ones. They have like a little twinkle in her eye. Okay, played around with her face a little bit more. I feel like we're getting somewhere. Now we need to find the hair. So for her, she has this side part. She has this beautiful like bluish black hair. It's super long. Let's see if we can find something similar. And girly has a volume. Like, this one is cute, but it's clipping with the eye, and I feel like we need more of a swoop on the top of her head. This one's a little bit better. We don't have the clipping. It's not as long as I would like. Oh, this one's kind of cute too. She looks like a little anime character. Okay, what about this hair? I feel like it has the volume. It has a side part. This is actually from I'm a Vakai, but they have this Totally Spies set. This is the Sam hair, but like this is it. I feel like we have to give her this. And then for makeup, it's like a very subtle eyeshadow she has on, like a really light purple. So I'm gonna try and find something that matches the color, and then we can bring down the opacity so it's like very, very subtle. Sometimes when it's really subtle, I just like to use the base game ones, and then I just like bring down the opacity like this. We'll do a tiny bit of blush. This one for Miko CC has been my favorite for years. I feel like it's naturally already very subtle. And then for the lips, same thing. I'm gonna find something that's not too much, and then I'll bring down the opacity. I don't think she's actually wearing any earrings, but I will give her some. She's gotta have some silver jewelry on. Her name is Silvermist. Okay, let's go find an outfit. She's mostly seen wearing blue, sometimes a little bit of green, and she's a water fairy, so we're gonna need something flowy. This one would be perfect if it had like the one strap. And by the way, when I do these videos, normally I'm not trying to recreate the look exactly. I like to have a little bit of variation. That makes it more fun in my opinion. I'm more so specifically talking about the outfits. Let me look through the shirt category, and I'm kind of looking for just like a one strap shirt. I'm not really finding much though. I do have this shirt though. I really like this one with like the ruffles coming down the side. So if I could pair this maybe with a skirt, like a nice flowy matching skirt. The shoes also gotta go. All of my favorite custom shoes in The Sims 4 are by Gius. I'm not really sure how they pronounce it, but as you can see, I have a lot of them, and I don't think they make custom content anymore, but you can still find it. I like this outfit, but I'm gonna quickly look through and see if I can find something a little more fitting. Like, there's also this one, but is it too much with the double diagonal look? Is that allowed? What are the rules? Let's try this. This is cute with like the little wrap on the side. It's beachy, it's giving water fairy, and then all we have to do is give her some accessories. I love these ones from Aretha B. Again, it has to be silver, and these ones apply on both arms. I'll give her some nails. Maybe they can be like a light gray. Very cute, and I feel like she's just missing a necklace. And again, we're gonna give her silver. Oh my gosh, she's not even a fairy. Not me being excited about making them fairies and I forgot. Okay, so all we have to do is switch it over. Now we can go into her fairy form and we can give her some wings and not these little dinky ones. Those are so tiny. Okay, no, she needs some big full wings like this, and hers are kind of like translucent. So first we can find a similar shape to the ones that she already has. I feel like this could work, but then what I like about fairies in The Sims 4 is you can go in and customize the colors on their wings. You can also paint them too if you want to go in and take it further, but what I'm gonna do is just change these over so they look as clear as possible. There's pretty much no color that I can see right now to the wings, so let me just change this. We can do like a really pale blue and the rest is white, and I feel like this is good for our Silvermist. Okay, so let's give her a name. This is Silvermist, and for the last name we'll just do Pixie, I guess. And for her traits, I've kept them all as young adults, so we have 3 trait options. I don't know how old they are. I tried to look it up. It said they were like, some of them were teens, some of them are more like 19 to like early 20s. I think they also have this thing where they don't age like normally anyway, so we're going to do for her traits, child of the ocean, obviously, but then I think I might also give her loves the outdoors, and then we could do cheerful. We could also do loyal. I think I'll do that. And then for her aspiration, I mean, they could all get this fairy one, but I want to give her something about water. Like there's a fishing one we could give to her. Could also do critter hunter for like the spider web idea. We'll do this one. We'll give her the beach life aspiration. Okay, so this is our Silvermist. Let's move on to the next one, and the next one can be for Iridessa. Iridessa is a bright and energetic light fairy. She has light talents and she lives in a sunflower. This time I will do it properly and add the occult fairy right off the bat, not me ending up with an actual good-looking male sim randomly. This literally never happens. Why can't this happen to me when I'm actually trying to make male sims? Okay, so again, we're gonna go in, we're gonna take off the hair. I'm gonna change the color of the hair just so I can change the eyebrow color. And Iridessa has brown hair. We're gonna go in and change the skin tone. She also has brown eyes, but I think I want to change up the color that I use. I feel like this would look really pretty. We're gonna change the brows, again going to that really thin brow look. I have so many custom ones, but lately I just find myself using EA brows, especially for the thin ones. Then for the eyes, I'm gonna use the same preset that I used before, but we'll go in, we'll definitely make them bigger and pull them apart. And Iridessa has a wider eye shape, so I'm gonna play around with this until I get something similar. We're gonna shrink the nose. She also has more of a fuller lip than Silvermist, so I'm gonna use this to start, and then I'll go and play around with the shape. I'm gonna fix up the jaw shape here, the chin, and after adding the lashes and the skin details, this is what I ended up with for her face. Then for her makeup, I have these really pretty like peach kind of color eyeshadows. They're from Miko CC. I'm gonna do the same thing and like lower the opacity on them. And then for the blush, I think I'm gonna try this one on her. For her lips, this time I think I want to do a gloss. I wonder if I should do more of like an orangey tone for her, since her main colors are gonna be yellow and orange anyway. And same thing, we're just gonna lower that opacity. All right, now for the hair. Iridessa has an updo, and her hair is back in like a braided bun, which I do have something similar. I have this one from the same creator actually as the Totally Spies hair that we used. I've got this one. This one's super cute. I think her hair might actually be darker, so we'll do this. And in the picture, there are little flowers in the bun. I don't know if I have those. I'm gonna look. Sometimes they're kind of hard to find. Maybe they'll be in the hat category. Okay, her actual character doesn't wear these, but like, I feel like they're so cute, and they would have been perfect if they were sunflowers. But I'm gonna give her those. And then for her outfit, I could see her wearing a dress. Bonus points again if we have like the sunflowers on it. That would be really lucky though. But I do have this bodysuit, and we could layer this and like put something over top. Maybe something with a pattern too, like florals. I guess it doesn't have to be sunflowers. Like that's cute. And then we give her some shoes. I do have these ones, but they make them really tall. They're like these fairy shoes. They have a heart heel. They're so iconic, but maybe a little much. I also have these ones. They're a little more subtle. They have like a bow on the back. These ones literally have butterflies on them. I'm gonna give her this, and she's so cute with those flowers in her hair. I have these nails. They have the little sparklies on them, which is perfect. She is a light fairy. And then I was also thinking I have this arm cuff, which has the sun and moons on it. I feel like this could, first of all, match her outfit and also match her light abilities. And then for her necklace, to match her nails, I found this one. It also has a little sparkle on it. Look at these fairy earrings. I did not know I had these. She's definitely getting these. Or there's the sun. Okay, I think the sunshine ones make more sense for her as a light fairy, but we'll keep these fairy wing ones in the back of our mind because they are so pretty. Oh, she's so cute. Okay, this is Iridessa Pixie for her traits. So Iridessa is kind of a perfectionist. She's really smart, so maybe I'll also make her a genius. And she's kind of always looking out for everyone. She's always worrying about all of the other fairies. And maybe I'll also give her idealist. Ultimately, she's got this perfectionist personality trait because she wants good for everyone around her. I think for her, I could do a mentor aspiration just because she's kind of always looking out for everybody anyway. And then finally for her fairy form, here she is with her wings. In the light, they kind of change color, like this little blue tint to them too. Adorable. Okay, next I think we'll make Rosetta. Rosetta is a garden fairy. She loves flowers and she loves beauty and makeup. So since their facial features are so similar, I'm gonna try and do like pretty much the same thing I did before, but then I'm gonna go in and change up little things about them. Like for her, I feel like she has a little more of a cupid's bow. She has a little bit of a rounder face as well. And I have not been changing their ear shapes, which I definitely should be. There are some really cute ones in here. I'm gonna have to go back and fix that on the other girls. There we go. Yeah, these, I guess they're base game. I thought they came with Enchanted by Nature. Okay, there. Now they all have their pointy ears. She also has green eyes, so I give her those. And I do have to go in and give her her lashes. Since she's into the makeup and beauty, I could give her more of like a fierce lash. Like these Kajiko ones are a little more extreme. Twisted Cat also has some that I guess are a little more intense. These ones are just so good. I can't pass them up. Okay, let's do this. And then for her hair, she has like a very reddish brown hair color, which could be kind of hard to match with like the Max's colors because it's not quite orangey. Like I feel like this is too vibrant, and then if I use any of the brown colors, I mean, maybe this one might be the closest. She's kind of got like a half up, half down sort of moment, and her hair flicks out at the end. I do have one in mind. I don't know if it's going to be exactly the same, but what about this hair? There is some really pretty swatches in here, and I feel like some of these might match her even better. Like this is so cute. There's something about this hair too. Like I feel like it gives shading around the face or something. I don't know, it's really pretty. We also of course have to give her some makeup. She is the beauty girly, so I want to give her like some pink eyeshadow, maybe something like this. We can do a pink blush, and then I also want to give her a pink lip. Okay, now we need to give her her fairy wings, and I think I'll do her outfit in her fairy form this time. I'm gonna do something similar for her wings, but the main color will be pink. And then for her outfit, we need pink. We need florals. I have this, again, kind of like a bodysuit. Not similar to what she wears, but if I put a skirt over top, then it could work, and I feel like I have to change the shoes. I have these ones because they're little sandals and they have like a flower on them. I'm also waiting to use these tie-up ones. I'm obsessed with these, but I think for her it makes more sense to have the flower sandals. And then Enchanted by Nature has these arm wraps. If anyone's gonna have it, I feel like it's gonna be her, with like the vines wrapping around the arm. I'll tie hers together with this pink and gold necklace. And okay, this is our Rosetta fairy. For her traits, I think we have to do plant lover, definitely green fiend, and maybe we could do loves the outdoors. She could also be a perfectionist though, because she doesn't like getting dirty. Like she doesn't want to mess up her makeup and stuff. So maybe we can do the aspiration as freelance botanist. So she wants to grow plants and become an expert gardener, but then we'll change out green fiend and we can swap in the perfectionist. Okay, there we go. Let's move on. And I feel like we have to do Tinkerbell soon. So let's do her next. She's feisty and stubborn. She's the most well-known fairy for sure in Pixie Hollow. She's hot-tempered, but she's loyal to those she loves. And she's a tinkerer, so she's very talented at mending things. Okay, so Tinkerbell is blonde. She's got blue eyes. So this is what I ended up with for her face. For her hair, she always has that iconic bun. The blonde updo is like a yellowy blonde. It kind of looks like this, except she has bangs. There's this one where the hair comes down at the front. If I don't find anything else, I may come back to this. Okay, there's this one with the bangs, but I feel like this is not big enough of a bun. Plus, it's like a claw clip. I need these bangs on the other bun and then we're good. Wait, what about this? This creator, again, I have just been using their stuff all day. This might be as good, like as close as we'll get it. Yeah, I think this is gonna be it. I'm not really seeing many better options. I like this one. Okay, let's get her into her fairy form. For the outfit, we have to do the wings. I'm gonna change up the wings that I've been using. I feel like Tinkerbell's wings could maybe be more shaped like this. I love when you turn them and they glitter. I actually did not give her any makeup. I think I'm gonna skip the eyeshadow for her. All right, now let's find her an outfit. And she's always sporting that iconic green, and it's like a sweetheart neckline. She's been rocking this for years. I don't think we can stray here. For now, I found this top, but looking through some of the skirt options, I don't know, I feel like I might have to change it. Like we could do this bodysuit, and her skirt has always had like that torn look, so I thought maybe this scalloped bottom could work with the skirt. Oh yeah, and her shoes, she always had that little pom-pom on the top. Like this. I need this, but like the heeled version. There's this one with the bow on top, like the bow on the little feet. That might have to be her pom-pom. I'm not giving her the bunny slippers. I don't know, I think this is kind of cute. What else? We could give her some bracelets. I have this like branch collection and I feel like that works for a fairy. Then for her nails, I think we keep them kind of short. If she's always tinkering and like doing things with her hands, she's gonna want to keep her nails short. I actually just took mine off for that reason. I love the long nails, but sometimes I can't type on the keyboard. It's like too much. I also don't think I want to give her a necklace, but why do I see her with like pearl earrings? Or even these flower ones, I feel like these work for her too. Okay, so this is our Tinkerbell fairy. It's kind of annoying because to change their name, I have to get out of the fairy form and like their traits and everything. So let's name her Tinkerbell. And for her traits, like she's kind of sassy. Like she's very feisty. Where do we have that trait in The Sims 4? She is hot-headed. We could give her that. And this is one of the ones that makes them pose and create a sim. I'll count that as her sass. Oh yeah, she's jealous too. We're gonna give her the jealous trait. But at the end of the day, she's also very loyal. She would be a fun sim to play with because I feel like she would be chaotic. A hot-headed, jealous, but loyal sim. Like, come on. She could have either like the leader of the pack aspiration. She could have the nerd braid one because they want to be both book smart and handy. There's a lot of different options for her. You know what? Let's give her the friend of the world. And then she could just have like the handiness skill in game as well. Okay, so this is our Tinkerbell. And I think since we just did Tinkerbell, let's next do Periwinkle, which is her sister. Periwinkle is a winter fairy. She has frost and ice abilities. She's super bubbly, curious, and fun-loving, and she loves all winter hobbies. So you know what? Since they are related, let's use the genetics option and we'll make Tinkerbell a sibling. The sibling will also be a young adult. And okay, this is what the game has given us. We are going to make some adjustments. We're gonna remove the hair. I'm gonna remove the freckles for now, although they are cute. I don't think Peri has any freckles. And we're gonna change the hair color to like a very light blonde, like white. Does this look like her? Not really. I feel like her eyes are further apart. We have to remove the hair again. Let me add on the same skin details and see. I mean, it's not bad, but not quite. I also feel like she's a little more pale than Tinkerbell. She looks like the girl, oh my gosh, what's her name? The villain in Doctor Strange. Listen, I've seen all these movies against my will. I don't know her name, but this is what she looks like. I think maybe we have to change the eye shape, so I'm gonna do that. And her eyes are like an icier blue than Tinkerbell's. They're very, very bright, kind of like this. Okay, I think this is looking better for the face. For the lashes, her lashes actually look a lot less intense than all of the other fairies. So I think I'm just gonna give her these little ones. Same as her makeup, like it doesn't look like she's wearing any eyeshadow from the picture I'm looking at. It does look like she has a little bit of blush going on though, which makes sense. Maybe her cheeks are just rosy because she's always cold. She's really pale though, so I feel like finding a blush for her hair is a little more tricky, which I can relate. I think I'll just give her something really light like one of these ones. And okay, I think we're good for makeup. Let's do the hair. So she has a very short hair and it goes right up. It kind of looks like an updo, kind of resembles the fairy godmother from Shrek. I'm sorry. Will I have something like this in my custom content collection? I'm not confident. I do have pixie cuts though, so like worst case we give her something like this, which is really cute. But then I'm also like, do we just try and do an updo? Like this does look similar. She has little pieces that are coming down at the front, but then I don't really ever use this hair, and like it does look super cute on her too, but I feel like it doesn't resemble her actual hair as much as this one does. I'm also kind of considering doing the gray. I need something like in between these two colors here. It's like a gray, blue, icy white color. Let's see what happens when we add the wings and the outfit. Again, we're looking for really light, icy blue, kind of like a turquoisey color. It's crazy how much the shoes throw off the entire outfit. Okay, wait, I have these icy shoes. I feel like I used these before for Elsa when I made Disney princesses before, so let's give her these shoes. I'm not 100% sold on the pants, but let's see what we can find for a shirt. Oh, and also let's give our girl her wings. This pant color I think is more of the color we're looking for. I've got this shirt, which she also has like the one shoulder top. The problem with these pants is they're so low. I'm like having a hard time at trying to find a top that looks good with it, and also one that matches the color. Like I like this one, but why does it look like they're pajamas? You know what? Maybe I've just been looking at it for too long. Let's see how it looks once we add like the accessories. Again, for her, I feel like it has to be something silver or white gold. This one kind of looks like icicles. Same as these ones, I feel like they're kind of icicle-like. And I don't know, what do we think? This one is definitely the hardest to match, like for the outfit color-wise and for the hair. But this is Periwinkle. For her, we could do cheerful, we could do adventurous. Like Tinkerbell, she's also very innovative, but I guess we could also do active for her. I'm gonna give her the Mount Kamarebi aspiration. This fits with her adventurous vibe and like the snowy winter feel as well. And she and Tinkerbell are actually meant to be twins, so I feel like we actually didn't do too bad of a job representing that. For the next one, we're gonna make a sim for Vidia. She is a wind fairy. She creates wind. She flies at supersonic speeds and she's super competitive. So for Vidia, she has this dark like purplish black hair. She has bright bluish green eyes, but she also does have a little bit more of like an evil look to her. She used to be evil, then she kind of comes around later and she's like more friends with everybody, but she still is a little sus. So I downturned her eyebrows and like give them a little villainous arch. We'll add her lashes, and she has this massive ponytail. It kind of reminds me of Meg from Disney's Hercules. So let's see. Okay, I have this one. It is a ponytail. I actually think this is a blossom hair from Day Life Sims. Not what I'm looking for, but close. I also have this one actually with these bangs, also from Day Life Sims. This one is pretty. I do like this one a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this hair for her. We'll give her the ears. I gave her blush, and she definitely has some like purpley eyeshadow going on. I feel like we could go a little heavier with her shadow as well. Like this works. I'm giving her this lip color, and I feel like she's my favorite of the day. Let's go through for pant options. I want to give her pants as well, but her color scheme is also going to be a little tricky because it's like this plum color. Maybe we could find it. We could do a capri. Wait, we kind of have the matching outfit. She is looking a little corporate here, so maybe we find her a different top. Somehow when I changed her into her fairy form, her lips got huge. Why did that happen? I was so happy with her face. Not her getting like the world's fastest lip flip. Oh my gosh. Now I'm gonna have to go back and see if that happened to any of the other ones, but I don't think so. Hers was very dramatic. All right, I'm gonna change up her wings. Again, I'm gonna do kind of like the translucent, but we have a little purple in there. We need the matching plum color for the shoes. I think I'll give her these ones also with the bow. And I'm also torn for the shirt because this one matches the one she's wearing a little more, but this one is giving fairy. Oh, and no one has gotten those earrings yet, so I can't forget. She's gonna get the clumsy alien earrings. It makes sense. Her wings are the fastest. So there we go. Yeah, she's 100% my favorite. I've always loved a villain. So for her traits, we definitely have to do active. That's for sure. Should I make her shady? Like I can't do evil because eventually she's not evil. She's just a little bit like sassy and sus. She could be disruptive. She is mischievous. Yeah, let's do that. This is definitely her. And she's also a loner. I feel like I could give her the loner trait. For her aspiration, I'm giving her the bodybuilder one because I would think she's like the most fit. She's always training to be the fastest fastest. So there we go. This is our Vidia fairy. We have one more to go. The final one we're going to do is Fawn. Fawn is an animal fairy. She can speak to animals. She has animal talents. She's playful, tomboyish, and mischievous. Okay, so this is the face I have right now for Fawn. This brown hair color matches her pretty well, and she also has a ponytail. The one that we used for Vidia, I feel like could have passed for Fawn as well, but I do think I have a few of these. Like this one's adorable. I have this one, it's more of like a messy look. Wait, look at this one. Why do I feel like this one should be for Vidia? Right? Or no, the other one she had was so iconic. I do like this on her too though. Okay, I've been looking for a while, but as an alternative, I did find this for Fawn. I feel like it matches her bangs. She's got the pony, and I feel like it's a little more tomboyish as well. I'm gonna go for more of an orangey lip for her, more of like a warm blush. And okay, this is what I'm gonna do for the makeup. I'm pretty sure this fairy form changed her eyes slightly as well, but the color that she wears most often is orange. I like this pattern. I was thinking about this, but I don't like how it looks like there's a bathing suit underneath. I surprisingly have a lot of orange options though. For tops at least. Maybe I don't have as many for skirts. No one has gotten these strappy shoes that I wanted before, and I kind of wanted to give Fawn boots. I feel like they just suit her a little better. I have changed this up, I'm not kidding, 1,000 times. There's just so many options that work. Like this is so cute too. But the last thing I wanted to do was find a little bow to put in her hair. She wears like this green bow. I think these actually go with this hair though, and these look pretty cute too. I want to find her an animal necklace, and I know I have this little teddy bear, so I'm gonna give her that. And this is our Fawn fairy, whose eyes have somehow gotten even bigger in her fairy mode. Obviously, she's an animal enthusiast. I think I'll also give her the goofball trait. She's always like being playful and playing pranks on people, and she's also very energetic, so I think we could also do active. And then for her aspiration, we're gonna do country caretaker. This is the one that wants to befriend all of the animals, which is essentially her. And there we go. We've created all of the Pixie Hollow fairies, at least from the main cast in The Sims 4. Let me know which one was your favorite. I gotta say, Vidia's looking like my fave. And if you want to see how I decorated each of their homes, I'll link both of those videos down below. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. If you guys liked the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.